So yesterday we did a video on this YNW Melly stuff that had dropped the day previously. And what I said basically was that they would have to file a motion. Well, it seems like the judge said, you know what? I caught this shit. Hell nah. Take a listen. Shout out my guy. Y'all know I'm always shouting him out, man. Give him a follow over there. Bryson Boom Paul, State of Florida versus YNW Melly. Witness hearing, a rescheduled status hearing has been set for January 20, 2026, according to a new filing with the Broward Clerk. You are hereby notified that the undersigned Judge Martinez Fine will hear in courtroom 4780 North Wing at the Central Courthouse 201 SE 6th Street, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on the 20th day of January 2026 at 8:45 a.m. Trial status hearing. FT docket, and then they put the docket right there. Please be governed accordingly. Dated this 12th day of January 2026. Honorable Martinez Fine, Circuit Court Judge. If you are a person with a disability who needs accommodation in order to participate in this proceeding, you are entitled, at no cost to you, to the provision of certain assistance. Please contact, the ADA coordinator. But let's just break this down real quick. Now, to accurately call a status hearing, that don't really mean anything, because that's what happens. Every judge does this before you go to trial. They want to see what you have, what's ready, are you guys ready to proceed, and all of this stuff and everything as far as that goes. So this isn't really nothing. Oh, I'm the hood lawyer, I know everything, because I know there's going to be a bunch of people chiming in like, duh, right? But here's what's really freaking alarming. I'm going to be all the way honest. It's throwing me the hell off. Hold on real quick. Sponsor time. Hey, QR code, man. Y'all want to win some money? Everybody hyped up. Listen, bro. QR code right here, that's to free cash. Free cash, go make sure you play some games, you win some bread, or tap the link in the description. It don't really matter either. Or hit that goddamn QR code or tap the link in the description. We're going to get you $5. $5 cash on Nash in your account. As soon as you sign up, get the free cash app. That way, you can play, you can win, you can get PayPal, gift cards, or money directly straight to your account. Either or, what you choose, you're going to win today when you play. Here's Teddy Nash in the background. Y'all can just play that, pop-up screen and all that crap. But anyways, so what really worries me about this, and I think it might be a good thing. I think it might be a good thing for Melly, right? Because the judge has to talk about specifically giving up evidence and timing. Like, you have homework due and you didn't do it, you didn't turn it in on time. So there's that. I don't think that on the day before we go to trial that's a good thing. Now, Judge Fine, he ain't really fine. Cause up here, it seems as though he wants time but doesn't want time. This status hearing should have been for Friday or something like that. Because if you remember, he says right now he's going through a murder trial and all of these things and everything, and we'll see how it goes. And maybe he's thinking to himself, they'll get the verdict done sometime soon or sometime this week. But this status hearing should have been done for Monday. Because to me, it reeks of, we're going to push this back a little bit. Now, he has drawn hard lines in the sand to say, oh no, we're going to get it started here. We're going to get it started here. Now, to our surprise, no matter what he says, nothing starts when he says start. So I might go on a limb and say, Brett, this close, this soon? Yeah, no. Nah, I don't like the timing. The day before you want to have a damn status hearing. The day before. Now, granted, we've been having hearings and letting stuff in and all of this stuff and what Brown let in and what Brown didn't let in. The previous judge, I believe that's what his last name is. I could have that wrong. To me, I don't like the timing of it all. Now, some of y'all may say, well, Nash, it doesn't matter. Well, it actually does matter because this helps with strategy, whether prosecution, whether you think Melly did it or you think Melly didn't, I don't know. And some people, we ain't gonna say who touched their children, but the case gets dismissed on a technicality. So the allegation, I guess, technically ain't true because you got off on a technicality. You didn't get off because you took it to trial and you beat it. You actually got arrested and charged and basically fruited a poisonous tree because the way in which they got the picture from the phone, your phone in particular, is because it wasn't supposed to be done that way without the subpoena, so you got off on a technicality. Does not mean that they didn't find the pictures, because, yeah. But forgiveness is of the heart. Maybe you were drunk or on drugs or something like that. But, yeah, I'm going to take my shots. Weirdos. I'm not on anybody's side. I'm not Team Melly. I'm not anti-Melly. I'm not anything. All I want is for the trial to happen and we see exactly what happened. If he's guilty of killing his homeboys, fry his ass, nail him to the coffin. I don't give a damn. If he did this shit, go ahead. What the hell I care? Like, bro, I don't know YNW Melly to even care about this shit like that, bro. So I hear, but I see way better. So that BS right there, bro, I get it. You mad, but nigga, don't ever try your anger. The street, ain't that street about you. Anyway, sorry, y'all. So basically, the judge is supposed to do this, but I'm more disappointed that the judge isn't doing it sooner. And the excuse would be because of the murder trial. But why do it the day before and not 2 days before? So they're going to, that day when it's going to be filmed, it's going to be a long day. It's going to seem like court already. So you're telling me, judge, you going to sit in your chambers, mosey over this for the whole entire day? Now, granted, he said, oh, we're going to get it cracking at 8:45, which means court probably start around 9:25, whatever. But the whole entire day, they just added, meaning the state added, like, 15 new things that we seen? From bank documents to all type of shit through Cash App, PayPal, and Chime and all this stuff. And then next thing you know, we find out Mariah's coming in, and then it's pointed out, hey, bro, this stuff happened after the freaking trial basically was over with. So you're not necessarily witness tampering, but to be fair, you could say, well, it doesn't matter that it happened freaking after the trial, because that was just payment to make sure retroactively you did what you were supposed to do. And if that's the case, then I 100% get it, and his ass is guilty as shit, and give him his 15 years. But I don't know, bro. Something like this doesn't really make sense. The thing that's glaring to me is, why just kick Borland ass off like that? Why kick other buddy off like that? Y'all not even having people come in and say, he gave me the money, I had the kite and all this shit and everything. Not that I've seen. I could be wrong with that one. Probably I'm on one person that I didn't recognize or some shit like that. But all in all, I'm just saying, bro, this right here, it don't smell right to me. The day before? So you mean to tell me that you're going to go through all these motions, apply whatever laws that they tell you to, and then you come up with your decision? Last I checked, it ain't done that quickly. You have to go through the notes. You have to see why, and this is why they have different parts of it. So you may have, like, I don't know, OCGA 1751, but then it'll have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So it's different parts of which it applies. To me, just to me, and I could be wrong, and that may be why he's a judge, because he can allocate these things and get it done quickly. Maybe so, but bruh, if I'm thinking strategy-wise, this don't help nobody. State nor prosecution. So, I mean, prosecution or defense. It just doesn't, because now I got to adjust what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do with this, with that. To me, this should have been done a week out before, like today. But y'all let me know your thoughts on this one. Are you basically kind of on the same boat I am? Like, bro, you should have held your status here way before. Or are y'all understanding of the judge, like, bro, we can't hold the whole court hostage for YNW Melly. This ain't the YSL trial. So hell nah, we need you to get on this. I don't know, bro, but I find this shit interesting that you're doing this the day before instead of a week before, or hell, even that Monday on the 19th, right? That's right. Let me make sure I'm right on that. Yeah, the 19th. So it don't make sense to me. But y'all, let me know your thoughts on this one. Click right here, though, to see the video that I'm talking about, because we kind of called this shit. But, I mean, the status hearing, that's not like no Nostradamus shit. But click right here to find out about all of that. Or click right here for the playlist, and I'll catch you on the next one. Reload it!